Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this second edition of the NCP's for Mission Brokerage Event. Thank you for joining us today. We truly hope this event will serve as a valuable opportunities for each of you to spark new and fruitful collaboration. Before we dive in, let me briefly walk you through today's program. We will begin with a 40 minutes plenary session 45 minutes plenary session designed to provide you with an overview of the NCP's formation networks, key insight into the role of national contact point and how they can support you in navigating the Horizon Europe framework program. This session will also include some practical tips on how successfully approach Horizon Europe calls. Immediately following the plenary session, bilateral meetings will begin and will continue throughout the days and tomorrow. So without further ado, let's begin. I'm pleased to give the floor to Mike Heidelberger, one of the coordinators of the NCP's Formation Network, who will guide us through an introduction to the network and its missions and tools. Mike, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Noemi. Welcome also from my side. My slides are loading up, I hope. Yeah, there they are. Wonderful. No? Wonderful. I have the pleasure to introduce our project to you, NCP for Mission, which is the network for EU Missions national contact points. The project itself is the first trend since the EU missions were introduced in 2021. It is the first transnational NCP network for the European missions. We are an EU-funded project, a coordination and support action, which is funded under Horizon Europe. We started our work in September 2023, and our project will work until Horizon Europe ends. In end of 2027. Our project is running until February 2028. For more general information, you can have a look at the CODIS link, CODIS database, but I will give you a few further links with more detailed information in a bit. Who is behind NCP for Mission? We are a whole network of NCPs from associated countries as well as EU member states. We are mission NCPs coming from 19 countries forming this consortium, and a map is displayed on the right-hand side. What are we trying to do? On the first-hand side, we are forming a network and we try to support the capacity building for mission NCPs, because the missions were also new to us as national contact points. We are therefore creating a transnational network which is reaching beyond the 19 partner institutions, partner NCPs. We are trying to improve and harmonize NCP support services, which is to help you. We're doing that across Europe. We are sharing good practices. We are meeting up and so on to continuously improve our services. We also try to facilitate and improve our support for you, so you'll benefit from our work too. Also, because we are trying to lowering the entry barriers for applicants, we are supporting networking, as you can see today, because we offer several types of event. One of it is our brokerage, our annual brokerage event. We are also trying to increase the quality of submitted proposals, and you can see that following the next two talks in our plenary session. We, of course, have other services to increase the quality of your proposals, and you're very welcome to contact us and use our services and tools. We are also closely connected to other relevant Mission and Horizon Europe structures, projects, and programs to foster synergies, to be more efficient, and to get the most out of it for you, for the applicants. And I will leave it as that, introducing our project. I want to show you our toolkit and services you can rely on. And of course, I'm also only presenting the services we've established until now. We are working for several more years and are working on further services, of course. We have a huge event portfolio. On the right-hand side, you see some events which are dedicated to NCPs only, but marked in red. On the left-hand side, you have our event portfolio, which is offered to you, to our applicants, and you are live in one of our offers, the brokerage event. Furthermore, we have a series of workshops for applicants comprising of several synergies workshop and an exchange workshop midterm of our project, and I'll go into detail on the next few slides. You are in the middle of our brokerage event, and you surely know the purpose of it. Please let me share the information that the event platform will remain open until September, which means that you are able to browse the profiles, to find potential collaborators, and you are able to set up meetings until the calls are closing in September. We have, as I said, workshops for applicants. On the one hand side, a series of synergies workshops. These are dedicated to debate the needs and difference between proposals in the clusters work programs and the missions work programs. Our next workshop, and you are very, very welcome to register, have a look at the events website. Our next workshop will take place on June 6th. In the morning of June 6th, and it will focus on citizen engagement approaches across the different programs, EU Missions, Horizon Europe clusters, and it will also address policies. Here, we'll also share best practices and examples how citizen engagement approaches are done in clusters, in the EU missions, and so on. You're very, very welcome to join us. There will be an exchange workshop at the beginning of next year, beginning or middle of next year. With this, we try to improve the knowledge on good practices of the non-scientific integration in project activities. You're welcome to follow us on social media and to follow our news on the website to be informed when events are planned and coming up. One further hint, because I told you we are collaborating closely with other mission structures. The MIP4ADEPT, the mission implementation platform for the climate mission, is having a matchmaking event following our brokerage event on Wednesday. It has a clear focus set on the two innovation actions. So if you were not successful in finding suitable collaboration partners during our brokerage event, you are welcome to join the MIP4ADEPT matchmaking event, which is also having a clear focus on onboarding the regions for these two topics. I promised you information on our toolkit. This is a brief overview, and I will go into details on my next few slides. Starting with our e-learning nuggets, these are digital training courses to allow rapid knowledge transfer. They were originally dedicated to support NCPs, but please let me stress at the very beginning that they are also accessible for all stakeholders. Our first e-learning nugget is dedicated to basic knowledge on EU missions. It's comprising out of 4 modules, and you can already access it via the QR code on the right-hand side or the link provided here. Please note that they are published on the Horizon Europe NCP Virtual Campus. You are allowed to register to the campus and need to do that first before you can enroll to the course, but you have access. please take your time and give us feedback, because we are, as always, interested in improving our services. So we rely on your feedback, positive and also negative, in terms of I'm missing this and that. And your feedback is very, very welcome. We will use it and improve our services or adapt our services. 2 more e-learning nuggets are coming soon. First, and this is a matter of days or a very few weeks, will be an e-learning nugget on financial support to third parties, which is relevant for several calls in the EU Missions Work Program. And another one will be published a little bit later, which will focus on the European policies which are relevant to the EU missions and how they can be addressed in proposals. Furthermore, we are heavily working on an update of our FAQs collection. This is an online living document which is collecting all relevant information on the mission call. You can understand this as one-stop source. It is based, this FAQs collection, it is based on NCP's queries to the European Commission, to EC documents, and also to the EC INFODAYS. And this is the reason why we are heavily working on updating our service here, because the INFODAYS took place at the end of last week. We are working to include the questions addressed there. Of course, we are also taking a look at the Q&A sections in the EU Funding and Tenders portal and include the questions and answers there. The document is being updated continuously and the link is provided here. Please give us some time for the update, but we try to be really, really fast doing that. We have first 5 fact sheets published on our website. They have a special focus on the role of social engagement. They are highlighting the importance of that topic and also pinpoint social engagement initiative in the missions context. So please have a look if you are interested. They are all available for download on our webpage through this link. We have an experience analysis document, which is also a living document, a matrix. It is meant as an entry point to EU missions funding opportunities. This is a source of information on the challenges which are very, very specific to the missions and the application process in mission calls. We address 5 challenges within these analysis document, and you may have a look through this link. Very new is our initial mapping of mission hubs. Mission hubs are combining the different levels relevant for the EU missions, which means local, regional, national, and also the EU level. Our document is mapping the hubs if they exist, and we are trying to continuously monitor these mission hubs. It is a questionnaire-based data set capturing the critical details, such as mission hub progress and structure. We have missions who have their mission hubs up and running. Other missions are establishing their hubs right now. Also, legal and institutional frameworks are taken into account, and you're very welcome. I'll skip the rest due to time, and you're very welcome to download the initial mapping from our webpage. So my last slides are dedicated to how do we stay in touch, how can you get information, and how are you keeping yourself informed. We have 4 social media channels of which you are very, very welcome to subscribe to. Our website is not only displaying the tools, but also recordings of events and for example, you can find there's a section where you can find your NCP, your responsible NCP in your country. And of course, we are very happy to meet you in person, either at a conference or write us an email, call us to ask the questions you may have. with this, I would like to thank you for your attention, and I wish you a very successful brokerage event with fruitful new collaborations and hopefully new collaboration partners. And I'll hand the floor over to Noemi again.
Thank you very much, Maike, for this enlightening introduction. So if you are curious to learn about the NCP's formation activities and available tools, as Maike said, please don't hesitate to visit us on our website and follow NCP's formation social media channels for updates. It looks like we are running a little bit ahead of schedule, which is quite rare and almost feels like a luxury these days. So let's join this luxury moment. And since our next speaker hasn't arrived yet, I suggest to take a very short break. Feel free to stretch your legs, grab a coffee, or just enjoying a moment to catch your breath, and we will reconvene here in less than 10 minutes. Hi, here we go again. I hope that you had a good coffee. Now let's move forward, and I'm pleased to hand over the floor to Laura Pechiene, who will tell us more about the work of national contact points. Laura, please, the floor is yours.
Yes, hello everyone. I hope you can hear me. And I hope you can see my slides. Hold on one second. Okay. Present. Sorry if you had to wait for a couple minutes. I'm actually on a mission in Marseille with a delegation of scientists. And so I had some issues in connecting. But hello, everyone. And I will talk to you a little bit about the support of national contact points. And just my slides, I think. Oh, perfect. So, as you know, national contact points have been established by each member state that also associated countries to actually help you navigate through Horizon Europe. So, first of all, each member state, both associated countries, third countries, and countries that are in process of association for European Union, all have these structures established in their countries and recognized by European Commission, who have a key role in delivering the framework programs, objectives, and impact to ensure that all information is and assistance reaches out potential applicants in all the countries in their own language, in their own cultural format, as well as information is and assistance is all free. So each applicant is encouraged to use the help that national contact points provide. So as you already mentioned probably, and already from your experience, if you have participated in Horizon Europe and met national contact points, you know that the core functions of national contact points is to assist, advise, and organize. So assistance with different consultations, both on selected topics of interest of potential applicants, as well as horizontal objectives of European Commission, like gender equality, open science. We also, as national contact points, provide advice, both on selecting the topic, as well as how to adhere to all recommendations and legal requirements from the Commission. And also what we do is organize different trainings, different sessions for potential applicants, both to encourage cooperation and bilateral as well as multilateral consortium forming brokerage events to help potential applicants find the consortiums for their selected Horizon Europe proposals. National contact points actually lead all the potential applicants throughout the project life cycle. So it is not one-time a meeting. Actually, we, especially in small countries, we know our potential applicants and we lead them throughout all entire process of Horizon Europe program. So first of all, what we do is we disseminate all the information about Horizon Europe. All the deadlines, all the topics. We also, all of us work in different structural groups in European Commission, according to the area we represent. So we also are the channels of communication, both connecting European Commission and potential applicants in our states. And after we disseminate everything to our potential applicants, as I said, in our national language, so English language would not be a barrier, then we also provide guidance and information. So we help our applicants navigate through all the Horizon Europe program, our different framework programs. And I told you already here in Marseille, encouraging the networking and cooperation and collaboration opportunities for our applicants. So also what we do is we have a network that we can find potential partners. We can encourage your both participation in the selected topics according to a specific area of expertise. Also, what the national contact points do is support the proposal at the proposal stage. So we proofread the application. Of course, we're not going deep into the content area where the expertise is needed on specific topic, but we can proofread the proposal, check if all the parts are being filled correctly. Also provide some submission checks for financial, legal aspects, as well as national contact point support after your proposal was granted. So both we can be intermediaries between the European Commission, help manage contracts, as well as other related project implementation procedures. And as I told already in the beginning, we have a huge network of national contact points, more than 1,500 persons work in this structure. And most of them are, of course, in the member states. We have also in third countries. You can see associated countries as well, and also 11 national contact points work in countries that are in process of association. And in the left upper corner, you can see the national contact point portal, where you can find a national contact point in your country. So all of them, all the names and the areas they represent are listed in the NCP portal, and you can really find in the country that you are if you need their assistance. So thank you for your attention, and I really hope that you will contact and get advice, help needed to work on your proposal or on your project. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Laura, for your clear, informative presentation. So, of course, if you have any doubts or need support when approaching an EU mission calls, don't hesitate to reach out to your national contact point. It's always better to ask for guidance early on than to miss out on valuable opportunities later. Now let's move on to the final part of this morning plenary. We will have a session focused on practical tips and tricks for writing a successful Horizon Europe proposals and approaching, of course, to an Horizon Europe topic. And this session will be led by Riccardo Coletta from APRE. Riccardo, please, the floor is yours.
Hello, good morning. So let me introduce me very briefly. So my name is Riccardo Coletta. I'm in the project department in APRE. I'm directly involved in project management and proposal writing. So what I will try to do this morning in my 15 minutes of presentation is to try to give you at least some key points on how to approach to proposal, how to approach to the writing phase, and well, I hope that it's going to be useful for you. So first of all, I have to we have to say that, you know, we are facing this this world which has really strong competition, and we are tasting more and more during this last months. So every time you try to work on a new proposal, you have to think about that probably many other consortia are trying to do the same. So what we need to have is just to do our best in order to have, you know, the best possible proposal. And sometimes it's not enough to make a good job. Sometimes it's not enough. You need to make an excellent job, because sometimes, you know, even having a very high score might be not enough. But what can we do? You know, sometimes even the evaluation coming from the evaluator are not fully satisfied for us. But the only thing we can do is just try to control what is in our power. So let's start with some tips related to the very beginning of the proposal phase. So first of all, have very clear the research idea and the theme in which we want to invest our time, our competences, because writing a proposal is it's really a challenging job. It takes time, and of course, this means cost for all the actors that want to invest in the proposal writing. So, and in doing this, let's try to do for something that is really valuable, and that it's really something in which our agency, our university, our research center want to invest in terms of time, resources, and people. So this is very clear. So my first suggestion is not to chase any topic just because we want to get some funding, you know, for any possible purpose, but let's stay and let's have a strong focus on our idea. And in order to do in this direction, we have to have very clear the final goal, how to reach it. So before to approach to a topic, before to start writing anything, so have very clearly in mind the methodology and the path we need to do in order to reach our goal and to go toward the realization of our idea. This is this is definitely key, and without this first brick, it's going to be very difficult to have a winning project. So second step, so once hopefully we have just something, you know, before any other discussion. So I try to put you in the shoes of the coordinator, so which is the one who is taking the lead for the writing, and is taking the lead maybe to give a structure and to lead all the process. So let's try to think that we are leading the process, which is time consuming, and it's definitely challenging. So once we have selected our idea, and once we have very clear in mind the path toward our goal, we can start looking for, you know, the most suitable topic for our purposes. And this is not easy because, okay, we have to invest time in studying all the possible topics published, and it's not granted that we are going to find exactly the topic we need, because, okay, it should be you never find, you know, a topic perfectly tailored for your needs. That's for sure. And you're not gonna find a topic that allows you to lead and maybe concentrate all the process with and lead this with your competencies. So this means that then we have somehow to readapt or adjust our initial idea. So keeping the focus on what we really want to do. And how we do this, once we have found finally the one possible topic to invest in. So it's to start working on our work plan structure. This is definitely the key of all the following all the following steps. So having very clear in mind every single work package means to have a plan. And so one of the main recommendation is be organized, having a plan, and for every single step you're going to face. So structure your work package, and this will help you in putting down your ideas, have a look at it very concretely, and check if, first of all, there is something missing, and if your plan is complete and it makes sense with your final goal. And then it will help you in having a clear idea of what you are still missing in terms of competencies, partners, and whatever. Pilot cases in case you need it, or you have a clear idea of where you want to go and which is the way. So once you have clearly defined every single work package, you can start thinking about your consortium. You can have also, the very core part when you are defining the idea, because you might have, some possible already very, very core part of 2, 3, 4 partners. But once you are facing the topic, and probably you have to match with other competencies and in a way widening the field. And once you have your project structure, or at least your draft structure, you can start thinking about partners to be involved and to be contacted in order to start building the final structure of your consortium, and how to look for it, because sometimes you already have your network, you already know where to and to which door you need to go and knocking, but sometimes you don't, and it's something you have to prepare well in advance. So if you are focused on some particular topics or in some research field, so try to be prepared, try to know who is doing what, and this will definitely help you and make it easier, all the research process, the partner research. So you can of course always use the classic channels, but going in conference, checking what kind of project already have been funded in the same area will definitely help you in reaching your goal. So then you have to check according to to what they can really bring to you. So not going and having a consortium just because you need to have a geographical balance, or just because there is one particular name that you want to have in your consortium, but check what it's really useful for you. And this is part of the general plan and the general coherence of the overall structure. So stay focused on idea, topic, giving a structure, giving a consortium, but now what you miss is start writing. And you have to know if you are able to lead all the process and lead all the writing, or if you really need some concrete contribution from some partners. I always prefer the second way, because the writing, as far as I think to the overall process, it should be a collaborative process. So we need everyone provide its own contribution, but this has to be managed somehow, because having different hands working on the same docs could put you at least in a couple of risks. So one of these is the overall coherence of the structure, because sometimes you might have some style and maybe for the excellence, some other for your overall methodology and for the impact section. So everything should be read it as a single doc. So, and we have to check the overall coherence and the consistency of all the package we are producing. So the first suggestion in the writing is just to think that we are putting our job in the hands of someone that will read from scratch. And so, and sometimes, when we write a proposal, we are going over it dozens of times, and for us everything is already clear, everything is already set. But let's put ourselves always in the shoes of the evaluators and those who are coming and reading this proposal for the very first time, and check if everything is coherent and consistent. So going through, and I will be very, very fast on this, because I still have 5 minutes more or less on objectives, impacts and KPIs. Let's always find some coherence on the overall project. So when we are writing about the objectives and we are describing how to reach them, please always refer to your work structure. So it's not enough to give a general description. So because every single part of the proposal has a meaning. So, and you have to recall the single work package, the task, or the deliverable once you are describing the objective, because then for you, of course, it makes everything well clear, but it makes everything clear also for the evaluator. They can easily check how you are going to reach the objectives. So this should be very clear. So, and about the impact, so check that everything you're putting in. Sometimes we are we really want to have well, important number or something that it's going to change the world somehow. But let's try to understand what can we really do with our activities. So with activities we have described in the work plan, and checking the activities we are proposing with the request of the topic and the request of the destination. So always makes this check dozens of times. Try to really be as much as possible consistent and coherent. And about this, let's try to reach the number you can really reach in order to avoid any problem once you are hopefully funded and once you have to really implement the activities. So not going after once you have funded and provide dozens of description of how you didn't reach the goals and providing justification. So this is extremely important. And so take care about impact and KPI, because they have to be strictly linked to the overall work plan, to the objectives. So they have to find in every single section you are going to write a clear link between one part of the proposal to the other. So this is extremely important. I'm not going through the budget, because the only tips I would like to give you is just to of course, check the amount of person amount of the job for doing every single part. And in doing this as a coordinator, it's always better to talk with all the partners that probably are going to ask more than they need, and then try to find a current balance. So the final structure is on you. So and because you have the overall view of the proposal. So this is extremely important. So just to complete my very small intervention, so I would like to remark at least 3 key keywords that you have to bring with you and keep in mind once you are approaching the proposal writing, and is be consistent with your idea and with your research plan and work plan. So this should be very, very consistent. Be organized in all the process. So and this includes the writing process, the potential implementation project for the future, for your future. So hopefully saying that your proposal will become a proper project. So be organized in the writing phase. So give a roles, have a clear timing for toward the upload of the proposal on the participant portal. And the last one is be coherent with your overall structure. So check that all the work package, all the activities should have at least some recall in all the rest of the project. So more on the narrative ones, so on the objectives, on your impacts, and on your KPI. And I'm going to conclude my intervention. So this, as I said at the very beginning, will not allow you, and you will not give the 100% of possibilities to win the project, but what it gives you the possibility to put in your proposal at least the right level of quality. And this is the only thing you can control, so the quality of your proposal. And then, of course, you are in the hands of the evaluators and against many other consortia. So I don't want to forsake this, but sometimes even a 14 it's not enough to get the project. So, but what you can do is just to try to control the process. So the recommendation is control the process, control the quality, and good luck for your proposal.
Okay. Thank you very much, Riccardo, for these very useful suggestions. Now we have reached the end of the plenary session. I hope you found the information shared today both helpful and motivating. Before we close, let me once again thank all our wonderful speakers for their time and valuable contribution. And if you didn't have the time to schedule all your meetings or get registered to the platform, no worry. Since, as Maike said before during her presentation, the matchmaking platform will remain active until the closure of missions call. So you still have the chance to arrange additional meetings in the coming weeks, all the way through to September. Thank you all once again for being with us today, and I wish you productive meeting and inspiring discussion ahead.